guys, and welcome to my channel, Davina's Faith. It's Davina here, and today I'm going to be talking about self-conditioned dreams. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, if you've been watching the last few videos, I've been doing my testimony series, and I've also been doing the clues to certain dreams. So clues that your dream is prophetic, clues that your dream is demonic or from the enemy. And I am going to also be posting the clues that your dream is a flesh dream. But today I decided to film what self-conditioned dreams are. I know maybe a lot of people might not know what a self-conditioned dream is. Maybe they have not heard of it. Once I had started to learn about dreams, I didn't really know what a self-conditioned dream was. I didn't really hear that term too much until I found one of the trusted people that I followed that helped me to go into more of an advanced stage of dream interpretation. Basically, a self-conditioned dream is a dream where it just reflects a situation that you're currently in. Like it just reflects you. It's not necessarily a. It could be either good or bad, but it just reflects you, like what you're going through currently. So it could be about a relationship that you're in. It could be about a business decision that you're about to make or that you're making. It could be about your living situation. It could be about your emotions and your feelings. It could be any type of it could be any topic, any situation that you're going through currently. So when you have a self-conditioned dream, it's normally about your current situation, like something that you're going through right now rather than the past or the future. Future would more than likely be prophetic. Lots of prophetic dreams are about the future. Sometimes a prophetic dream can be about the current. And I'm going to give you guys some examples of when I had a self-conditioned dream. I actually have examples of a mixture. A lot of times when you have self-conditioned dreams, you can have a mixture. So you can have a mixture of self-conditioned and flesh. You can have a mixture of self-conditioned and prophetic. And I believe you can also have a mixture of self-conditioned and a dream from the enemy. So I'm going to give you guys a few examples of self-conditioned and prophetic dreams that I've had. But yeah, a lot of times, like I said, in the future, if you have a dream about the future, it's prophetic. And then if you have dreams about the past, it could be anything. It could be from your flesh. You could be meditating on something that's caused you to think about your past a lot, a past situation. And then that ends up coming into your dream, or the enemy can even try to remind you about your past. So let me just get right into it. I'm always rambling, I'm always going into something, but yeah. So that's basically what a self-conditioned dream is. Just something that shows you about your current situation. On my end, when I have a self-conditioned dream, it's often helping me. It's often helping me with my situation. So I'm going to give you guys an example of when I had a self-conditioned dream. So the first example is I was dating this guy some years ago, and I really liked him. At first, I didn't really notice him, so I didn't like him at first. I just saw him as a cool guy. I wasn't even paying attention to him or any other guy at that time. But as he started to come my way, and we started to communicate more, where we knew each other from, I had started to develop a likeness for him. And once I decided to let him pursue me, and we started to become a little bit more than friends, like we went from just being cool and friends to us talking like on the phone, basically dating. We weren't necessarily boyfriend and girlfriend yet, but I felt like it was going to that stage. That was what was going on in my current waking life. During that time, we were talking, we were in the dating phase, and I was hoping that it would go to the next level of us being boyfriend and girlfriend and eventually getting married, because I did see him as marriage material. I saw him as a potential husband. I did have a few reservations about him. I was hurt before in the past, and then when the time of our first date, he was not answering the phone at all. So when that happened, this is just a background. I wasn't even going to go here, but he wasn't answering the phone when we were supposed to have our first date. And then he had contacted me and told me what happened. Not still to this day, I'm not sure if that story of what happened during the first date was true or not. But I had a dream. So I had a dream that I was home in the house. And I was looking at the window and I saw him outside. Like it was kind of like late. I believe it was kind of like at nighttime, and it was in the morning. I know, so it was like in the evening, and he was kissing a girl or whatever. I can't remember what the girl looked like, but he was kissing this female. And I just remember like kind of like closing the window a little bit and just feeling really hurt. I was sad. So that dream was a mixture of self-condition and prophetic. I'm going to tell you why in a minute, but I knew that God was showing me that dream um, because God wanted to protect me. He wanted to show me what was going on behind closed doors, and that he wasn't just involved with me. I was only involved with him. Like I'm the kind of person I can't help it. Like I talked to most of the guys when I was younger, like in high school, but as I became an adult, I just always like if I really like somebody, I always try to give them a fair chance. I didn't really, I guess, weigh my options. Like if I weigh my options before I start talking to somebody, but once I start talking to somebody for a couple of weeks or something, and I really like them, I decide to only talk to that one person. So I'm giving them all of my energy. I'm not giving anybody else, like another guy, my energy. So I always been like that type of girl, like a one man type of woman. Like I always wanted to be one guy, and I was giving him that. I was giving him that energy, and God was showing me that he wasn't giving me that energy. Like he liked me, but he was also dating other females. He was also dating other females, and there was one specific girl. I never met any of these females, by the way, but he ended up, telling me this, because I ended up telling him the dream, and he was honest with me about it. I shouldn't have told him the dream, but I did get some information that I need to know. Oh, he actually didn't tell me about the one girl. I found out some other way, I believe, but it also came. I also came to find out that he was trying to be serious with one specific girl. Like he was telling her, or at least telling her that he was being serious with her, telling her that he wants to marry her, that he's going to marry her, that she's his wife and all that stuff. So I was really hurt and devastated by that situation. Um, but I'm going to tell you why that was a mixture of self-condition and prophetic. So it was self-conditioned because it was my current life. Like it was something that was really going on in my life currently. So I didn't dream it because I'm going to talk about flesh dreams in the next video. But I didn't have the dream because I was feeling, well, I did feel, I had a few reservations in the back of my head. But I didn't dream about it because I was thinking about him all day long, or thinking about, oh, he's with somebody else. It didn't come from me. So yeah, it was just about my situation. It wasn't about my personal feelings. It was just about my situation. We're dating, we're talking. So that ended up being in the dream that we were in the dream. It was like how it was in real life that we were dating. That's why I knew in my spirit during the dream. So we were dating just like we were dating in real life. And the prophetic came to play because God was showing me that he was seeing someone else. So the prophetic in this way wasn't necessarily the future, but it was just God revealing something to me. So that was the prophetic of revelation. Just like somebody could give you a prophetic word, some prophetic words are about the future, and then some prophetic words are like current, like something that God's revealed to you. So God was giving me a revelation, and also I was looking at the window. Windows represent revelation, so it was, yeah, you see that it's a mixture. Sorry if you hear anything in the background. It was a mixture of self-conditioned and prophetic. God was revealing something to me. God was revealing to me that he's not being, I can't say he's not being faithful because we weren't official, but he's not in this like how you are. He's not as invested as you are, and if you don't, I won't say play because we're not supposed to play, but if you don't, calm down a little bit with your feelings, like trying to devote all this energy to him, then you're going to get heartbroken, or you're on the verge of being heartbroken. So God was trying to show me to just take it easy. He's seeing someone else, and maybe to even just stop talking to him. I still talked to him a little bit after that, but basically that's what it was. God was revealing to me. God was revealing things to me that was prophetic, and then self-conditioned because that was my current situation. That was something that I was going through. It did not come from me, like how I was feeling. It wasn't fleshly. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna make that video for you guys about the flesh dreams. Sometimes when you think about different things that could come in your dream, and then you think that it's a dream from God, or it's prophetic, or something's being revealed to you because you dreamed about it. Like, you might think that somebody don't like you, and you keep on thinking about it day in, day out, and then you have something with it, with that element in it, and then you automatically think that you're right, and lots of times you're not right because it's just from your flesh. So watch out for that video. I feel like that video is gonna be very helpful. The next dream example I have for you guys was when during the time a couple of years ago, God was revealing to me that I need to move back here to New Jersey. I'm in New Jersey right now. This is where God told me to come. That's why I'm here right now. I was living in Ohio with my family, and God was revealing to me in different ways that I needed to move to New Jersey. But I was still on the fence. Like, I felt like I should move, but you know, I was still questioning it, and I was still trying to figure out how I was going to do it, because I did not have a car during that time. I didn't even have a license, so I wouldn't even have been able to like rent a car and drove out here myself. I didn't have that way during that time. Like, I was going through a really hard time, me and my family. I didn't have a lot of money or anything, so I was like, you know, how am I going to move to New Jersey? I don't have a license, I don't have a car, so I can't even rent anything to even go down there. But God had provided a way for me to get out there. So yeah, this is the dream that I had. So I had a dream that I was getting on an airplane and I was going to New Jersey. I had some stuff packed up, but I was like debating if I should leave some of the stuff here. Well, leave some of the stuff there in Ohio where I was living. I was debating if I should just bring some stuff to New Jersey with me and then leave some stuff in Ohio. So yeah, I had that dream, and during that time I was still studying dream interpretation. I'm not saying that I'm perfect right now, because I still, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm still learning, not perfect. I'm not no expert dream interpretator, but I am getting stronger and stronger in my interpretation. But during that time, I was still getting help from other other advanced dream interpreters. So I was like intermediate still at that point, and I was like, so I was watch like Tamara McNair Hicks, her scopes. I would watch. She calls it scopes. She would do them on Periscope. I believe she still has that. I no longer go up there. I do here and there to check on her and make sure she's good, and then to interpret dreams with her. Like, as she's interpreted them, I will interpret them too with her. But I haven't done that in a while. It's been like a year since I've did that. But she's a great dream interpreter. So during that time, like, I knew what it meant, but I wanted to get another person's opinion that I trusted, even though I don't know her in real life, but I trusted her opinion. I trusted her dream interpretation, and she was very, very busy during that time with dream interpretation. It was hard to get her to interpret your dreams, so she actually got to that's how I knew it was from God too, because she actually had got to my dream. Like, I had sent a few other dreams to her, and they didn't get to her. It was very, very hard to get your dream interpreted from her, from sending your email to her. But she had got to my dream, and as soon as she got to my dream, I knew it was my dream. So I was so happy. Yeah, I trusted her with my dream interpretation. So she was the one that ended up interpreting the dream for me. I actually have that video up. Maybe I'll link it in the video so you guys can check it out. I recorded it so you guys can see the interpretation. But basically, the interpretation came out that, you know, of course, I should move to New Jersey, and to take everything with me. Don't leave anything behind, because I may never come back to Ohio. Not like I'll never visit, but, you know, it's meant for me to go to New Jersey. I may never come back to Ohio to visit. Ain't no telling when I'm gonna come back to Ohio. So take all my stuff with me. So I knew that meant that, you know, I should move to New Jersey. I don't need any more confirmations that I should move to New Jersey, and that and that I needed to move to New Jersey soon. Like, it was because I was getting so many signs, and I had another sign through a dream that it was time for me to move to New Jersey, that I needed to hurry up and go out there. So I knew it was time for me to hurry up and go out there. So that is part of a self-condition, because that was something that I was going through during that time. I was really debating with if I, you know, how I'm going to do this, and I was trying to figure out how, like, I was praying to God, how am I going to get to New Jersey? And yeah, so it was more self-conditioned than prophetic, but, you know, it was like the situation with the dream interpretation was kind of prophetic, because When I tell you that it was so hard to get your dream interpreted by Tamara McNair Hicks, it was super hard to get your dream interpreted by her. And she picked my dream. I was like the second or third person, I believe, on the scope. She would do like a scope for like an hour on the weekend, or I can't remember what day, but a couple times a week she would, or one to three times a week she would do a scope, and it would last about an hour, and she would pick a few people to interpret their dreams. I was like number two or three, and yeah, she read my dream, she interpreted it, I came to agreement with it, and now look at me, like I'm not perfect, I'm still praying about many things, but a lot of great things have happened for me. I stopped procrastinating with getting my license. I had finally got that. I have my own salon that I'm in right now. I'm going to be moving into my apartment soon, claiming that by God. The only reason why I don't have my apartment right now is because I'm still working on my credit. They're really big on credit here in New Jersey. You would think that during the pandemic they would lower some of their standards a bit, but no. It was like the standards had went up even more during the pandemic when it came to apartments. So um, yeah, when it happens, I will let you guys know. But yeah, everything didn't work out in my life the way I thought it would. I ended up being a late bloomer. I thought that things would go differently with me in my life, like things would happen sooner, but God's still blessing me. This is like going all out of like what I'm always end up talking more than I plan on talking, but yeah, so that's another example. That was more self-conditioned. Maybe, well, I won't say it was flesh because it wasn't, even though I was feeling like, oh, should I do this and do that, it wasn't just like, that don't mean, this dream doesn't mean anything. It definitely was prophetic. God was showing me what I needed. Well, he didn't show me what I needed to do in that dream, but that I should move to New Jersey. So in that way, it was prophetic, and it was prophetic that God used Tamara McNair Hicks to pick my dream out of all those people and interpret it from me. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if it was beneficial to you. Don't forget to share it with someone that you feel will benefit from this video, and do not forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.